I talked to our friend Daniel Kelly, friend of the show, former scout with the New York Jets, famously said that Shedeur Sanders is an undraftable player. He almost got there, getting drafted in the fifth. Has said that he had a first round grade on guys like Nick Scorton and Princely. So, and they got picked in the second and third round respectively. So that's a massive win. That's like 3 first round picks if you include Tetro McMillan. So very great draft class, and with that, increased competition for everybody. Veterans, guys who just got drafted. So they're not losers. It's just they're gonna have a little bit of tight butt syndrome. You know, they're gonna have to work a little hard. They're gonna have to put a little bit more time in the film room, put a little bit more time in therapy and in working out because there's someone just breathing right down their neck. So let's start with some of the losers. And I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but Jonathan Brooks. I was excited about him coming out of Texas. I thought he added something a little bit different than Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard, definitely a straight line guy. In college, he had breakaway speed. Haven't really seen that in the pros. But Jonathan Brooks had that. He had the elusiveness. He also had the power. He had the catch in the backfield ability. He had all those things. And when he tore his ACL, I thought, okay, that's not a big deal. ACLs this day and age, like you barely even have a scar. You have a couple holes in your knee. It just looks like bad knee acne. That's what it looks like. It doesn't. You don't have these massive scars on your knee anymore. They're not opening you up and tearing you apart. They barely even cut you open. So I thought he'd be back and he'd be good to go. I said this before the Germany game against the Giants. I thought they rushed it a little bit. Like he didn't look in game shape. Like we're used to footage of seeing Saquon Barkley squatting 600 pounds, cleaning 400 pounds. We've saw Chuba Hubbard in the offseason before last year doing the exact same thing, lifting heavy, heavy weights. Just you can't strengthen your knee with the knee. You got to strengthen the muscles around your knee. And it just looked like Jonathan Brooks, he kind of had, no disrespect, like skinny legs. Like obviously they're probably bigger than mine, bigger than yours, but compared to Chuba, compared to Saquon, like there was a running back when I went to high school in the city championships, broke his his thigh bone in half. And it didn't break through the skin, doctors say, because his thighs were so freaking thick. They were so juicy. There was no bone sticking out. His musculature kept his bone in place. It broke, but it wasn't like breaking out of his leg and he was bleeding to death and it didn't hit any arteries. His quads and hammies kept it in place.